So my name is Yi Lang Zhang. I am the Executive Director at the Hmong American Center, located here in central Wisconsin. In addition to my role as as my elected positions, I'm also the board president for WUCMAA, or the Wisconsin United Coalition of Mutual Assistance Associations. WUCMAA was fortunate enough to have been awarded a grant of, I believe it was $500,000 to help address a lot of the mental health issues in the community here. So part of what we're doing now is we were able to contract with with our member agencies here to put together several town hall listening sessions here to get a better understanding of some of the concerns, some of the stress, some of the problems or challenges that our Hmong community face on a daily basis here.
So right now we are working with WUCMAA on some town hall meetings to gather information from the, in particular, the Hmong community about, their understandings of mental health, and to also collect their anecdotes, their stories related to mental health. And so, because in the end, these stories and their understandings will be shared with health professionals who need to better understand or as they work with the Hmong community, some of their clients, Hmong clients, that they have a better understanding of the narratives, the experiences, the understandings of mental health in the Hmong community, so they can better serve them.
My name is Nahua. And I am the president of the Hmong Culture and Community Agency in La Crosse. As you may already know, our agency is a little bit different than most agencies throughout the state of Wisconsin. What we do is we are a community agency with two folds, meaning that we have a agency as well as we have the Hmong Culture Center. And so some of the services that we do, basically at the main services for the Hmong Culture Center is really to hold funeral services for Hmong community. And so that's the main, services that we provide. And so we also do a lot of programmings as well as services. And so some of the programmings that we do are basically culture programming, youth programming, adults programming. And so we have a variety of services and programming for the Hmong community in the La Crosse area. With our agencies, we just did a virtual youth town hall listening session on August the 24th. So we had about 21 participants, and most of whom are high school students. We have a few middle school students plus a few youth that are out in the community. And so, it was very well received, and I was very happy about participants. I was, amazed by the speakers that was provided by WUCMAA through their partnership. There's a huge interest right now, as we work with the youth and talking to parents and adults in the community about mental health issue. And this is a much needed town hall listening that we're going to be having with Hmong elders. And I think the whole point, that we apply for this grant, and also the fact that we wanted to offer these listening sessions, is because, as we all know it, mental health, it's a concern for the community, and especially the Hmong community, just, for the fact that, mental health is so new to the Hmong community, and, we need to take it seriously. And so we're looking forward to providing some, education and raise awareness about mental health in the Hmong community.
I think we were the very first organization to launch on. So it was very new to us. It was very new to me. I did not know what to expect, but we had a couple participants there. I got some question from the youth that they would like to be in person too. So we did do it virtually, but we kind of did it hybrid in a way. So we got one of the youth spoke up, but afterwards they needed a little time to warm up, and the experience of hearing them voicing up about mental health was very interesting. So we did got a very successful during that time, but we're hoping to get more on our next one. I would say be more open-minded. It's speak up and help each other learn to get understanding about mental health, and to know that you're not alone out there in the world who has mental health. Because even me myself, sometimes I don't even know I have mental health, and I'm like, oh, after listening through these sessions, I'm like, oh, maybe I fall down that category. But it's hard for especially in the Hmong community, to speak up and say, oh, I do have mental health issue, whether if it physically, mentally, verbally, whatever the case is. It's hard to speak up.
Today we have over 100 people here for the listening sessions. It's really unusual to get that many people, especially pandemic, but I'm glad that we're here, and I'm glad that there's a lot of people here, because sometimes on Zoom you don't really capture the body language or the gesture, and I think it's really good that people come here, voice their concerns, and at the same time tell us what they need with mental health.
We feel very happy that all of the people who are coming in here, I believe that they really learned something, because we talk about a lot of things. She's a good speaker. She put out a lot of topics out there, a lot of questions out there. We got a lot of participation from the audience, and hopefully that people learned a lot from that.
What we're trying to capture from the town halls is really the experiences of the Hmong populations, mental health and substance abuse, and then also the historical trauma from our elders or our parents or grandparents' experiences fleeing from war and persecution, and how is that trauma really being expressed as we see it with our younger generations or our youth and adolescents.
The reason why we're having these town hall listening sessions is so that we can give folks in our community an opportunity to really share their mental health journeys. And from the stories that we hear, we're going to collect data, which then is going to impact statewide training for mental health and substance abuse providers. And so, this project means a lot to us. We want to make sure, again, that our community's voices are being heard, and that we can effectively create impactful training to mental health and substance abuse providers.
The thing that I really want to see is what's come out of their heart, what's really it's meaningful to them in a mental health issue, so that way service provider can adjust their program resources to meet the needs of the Hmong people.
I feel like the more people who voice their mental health care journeys, the better. The more we talk to each other, the better. And I want everyone to ask questions, to participate, and to be engaged with their local Hmong nonprofits or any nonprofit in in their localities. Again, talk to each other, and that's how we help each other, right? Is making sure that we're talking, building relationships with each other, building trust within our communities, and again, working with our mainstream partners to make sure that we can effectively have streamlining resources and communications with each other. That's how ultimately we become a really successful community. So that's what I would love to see.
其實包係要頭要 stress 咗，要寶寶係定要寶寶要到傾得啲係定要 stress， 即係用呢把，用呢啲呢個 save 要嚟把要。
Name is Ku Vang, Board President of Hmong American Partnership. Hmong American Partnership is an agency that has been here in the Fox Cities for the last 40 years. We started out as a refugee assistance agency. In the last 5 to 10 years, we kind of transitioned away from refugees. We provide citizenship class, translation, and cultural learnings, and basically the building is, right now we're not renting it, but in the past we rented out to the community.
The event went very well. It is more of an intimate, smaller session, but we had some very good storytelling going on, a lot of good background feedback from the audience as well. We had a mixture of a crowd actually today, a little bit of the young adults mixed with the elders, so Tiolawa. But we got some good feedback, and it's a very helpful session actually, the way they were expressing themselves. It just really felt all the feels and emotions from the session itself. What I want everyone to leave from this event itself is getting the conversation going of what is mental health stigma, and what are these conversations that we can be doing to help each other out as a community, especially because Yamhong and Fox Valley here, it's much more broad, like everyone's kind of everywhere here, but definitely something I feel that this event taking place here, it brings all of us together, and it's in a way where we can overcome these barriers in regards to our mental health stories.
Commonality, right? bé sản chế cái bát đồ bé hành ninh mong cho lâu cho lúa
nó nói giờ bé chẳng ý lô công trình lô thang dù cho cái nhau sang đó bé cho tuần hình lâu cho lúa nhau trâu lúa rồi đó cái lô công hồ đó mà bé lú hoạt phá chỉ cho cô tu trò lú volunteer sơ đó chỉ bé sơ đó community ha bé lú mu nó cho nên chỉ ta xin nó một cái món đó chỉ bé cho họ để chơi chỉ bé lú mu khá bang trò công hồ bang trò community sự kiện nhau sáng này bé lú bang rất là nó nói của bộ tao ta cho tôi nên cái tôi nên muốn đầu tư nên hạt sự nên sự kiện nhau sáng là hiện đầu dạng ta xin nó đó nên mà cũng sáng bộ hạt ta bây giờ còn họ bị chữ là lâu còn họ vào mà nó nhớ sáng cả bữa cho lúa chân gì nào lúc mình thấy sự kiện thành nhật sản một bang và trở lại từ ít tu bữa tăng này hả đấy nhưng nhiều xa là chỉ bộ cam mà có tiền gì sáng cả cho còn họ nó thành nhà lúc mọi ý lưu lý từ là ý hiểu từ cho bữa mua xí lệ ở bên trên đó có bữa xong một cái nhiều xa.
Nó nói bé ôi khâu lu workshop thằng sư cái nhau sáng đó bé cho especially cho lo bố cụ to trong thầm đa cho bà chủ cái nhau sáng đó bố relate cho bố personal life relate cho tới trong blo lo tới chỉ cho nó cái tới dạng cái bố bù thọ bố chỉ tới trong blo tới cho bố lu bà share cho là it's good I think cụ sáng tới khâu trong cho lo lu share bố họ cái nhau sáng chứ dù cho tôi là business bố hà lại tại mua hà viết thì lu bán bố lại chẳng hạn yeah cụ feel that the first time I Wisconsin nó tao cho funding lu provide mental health cho bé cho mong nè chứ cụ là con hồ nên đấy chứ cụ sáng cái cho như là cho con hồ đó lu be or data cho base hay up to now bé cho tân hay cứ mua cái nhau sai nữa mua suicide hoặc mua cái dạng như nó là mua trong lại chẳng bé need some number and bé hay là bảo ta 5-10 years from now, bây giờ các môn chắc number nóจะรู้chắcกันรู้ compare แต่bây giờ service do really helpนั่นแหละจะไปหาป้อแต่ help bây giờมัน base number จะ how do we compare 10 years from now?
So today I was facilitating a town hall for Hmong elders to discuss mental health in the community. And what we want to see is what contributes to mental health, what are stressors for Hmong elders, and how we can find solutions to help Hmong elders with their mental health. I work for Us2 Behavioral Healthcare, and it's a nonprofit organization. One of the services that we provide is mental health counseling. The other side of that is the diversity and inclusion consulting. We believe that in order to help somebody with their mental health, that you need to be culturally aware as well.
How do you take care of yourself then when you're stressed? Who can you or have you called for support when you're stressed? And how do your parents or family or friends respond to your stress?
My name is Ma Vu. I am a project coordinator here at the Hmong American Center located in Wausau, Wisconsin. And today we just wrapped up 2 listening sessions that's for the mental health awareness. And what's really good about these listening sessions is that we get to hear stories from the Hmong community to see where is it that health providers are falling short in providing resources and support for the community that need it. So today in these listening sessions, we have age groups from 15 all the way to like the late 30s. And what they really found that was really important about these listening sessions for them was that we need more of them. We need more of these listening sessions where they can get to express certain things that they're going through, the struggles when it comes to mental health, comes to like getting that help and support for it. So it was really good to see and hear from the community itself, especially the Hmong people, that in this area, we still need a lot of support. What I really hope for that those who came to these listening sessions is that they will see that it's not a taboo to talk about mental health and to talk about getting support for it. And I hope that with all of this, it inspires them to share their story and to talk to more friends and family, reach out to other friends and families who may be experiencing these mental health issues. And hopefully, by doing more of these sessions, we can hopefully get more health providers to reach out and promote more and market more that this help is important and they should reach out should they ever need it.
Hello, my name is Mai Lee. I am the project coordinator for WUCMAA. Today here in Wausau, we held 2 sessions. One is for the elderly and one is for the youth. We went over mental health and just providing feedbacks for providers in Wisconsin to see which area is lacking in our Hmong community so that providers can better serve our Hmong people. I think that this listening session is important because mental health is not really talked about in the Hmong community. So it's really important that we hold sessions like this so that we can spread awareness in our Hmong community.
What I've realized from our town hall sessions that we've held was that elderly Hmong men, their concerns, their stress, what they're experiencing for mental health is completely different than what a Hmong woman is experiencing. I came to realize that what these elders are feeling or experiencing is completely different than what the adults are experiencing, and what the adults are experiencing is completely different than what the youth are experiencing. So there's a lot of challenges that I feel needs to be addressed, and there needs to be a cultural understanding behind it in order for these illness or these challenges to be addressed. And in order for us to do that, education and collecting data is a must. And I'm glad that WUCMAA has been able to be the leader in that forefront collecting those information.